Hello traders, this is Chartman. Today we're looking at FSTC for September 2nd, 2011. This is trading on the over-the-counter bulletin board. We are looking at a weekly chart, goes back over a period of a year. We're going to mostly focus on the right-hand side of the chart. You can see that we had a dip here, a low of 18 cents here, 52-week low, and a rise up to $1.09 as the high. So what we want to see here is we've seen this beautiful rise up here, and now we're seeing a little bit of a pullback and correction after the run. So what we want to watch for is to figure out if this is continuing in the downtrend or if we're going to start to see a reversal occur. So what we can look at right now are some trend lines. If we look at the high points here, these two high points make this downward sloping resistance line. Now if we take a look at the lows, let's find out if we can get a similar type of a pattern off the low point. So if we make a parallel line, I'm going to draw these very close together, and we're going to take it down to the bottom and take a look at the low points. You can see that basically this low point and this low point basically connect right together, and if we extend this down, it suggests that we could possibly have the next low point below 30 cents. But what we see here is a low here of 35 cents and another low of 35 cents here. So what we've got is actually a support building in the downwards trend, or the downward channel. So this is a particular interesting feature because what it suggests is that we may be starting to see the beginning of a reversal from a downward trend to an upward trend. But right now we're starting to build some support here right at 35 cents. Some resistance areas to look at, considering we closed at 51 cents, we've got our next resistance level right around high 50s or 60s. You can see it was a lot of resistance here for quite a few weeks, and here as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is we've got some resistance coming up right around this area. Now taking a look at volume, you see the volume's really been declining, and this is normal for a consolidation. You don't really want to see a lot of volume coming in on a selling sort of a period, but you can also see that volatility is starting to tighten. This is the Bollinger Bands, the gray lines, and we generally bounce between the lower Bollinger Bands. You can see we came close to touching it. Here we were touching the upper Bollinger Bands on the uptrend. Here we touched it again on this spike, and down here we're getting very close to touching it. So we basically bounced from the bottom Bollinger Band in this area after touching it up here. So it suggests we could start to see a move up into the 73-cent area up on the top Bollinger Band, which is also very close to our channel resistance. So 51 cents looks like we're starting to make a bottom, and we could come up and test our resistance trend line right around here. Now taking a look at the momentum indicators to see whether we are seeing, a continuation of this downwards move, or we're starting to see a move up to this resistance area. Take a look at the MACD lines. You can see on this first spike here, the MACD lines were open and then they crossed down right around here, which signaled that the upward trend was ending and we're going to have a consolidation or a pullback. Here you can see the lines had crossed down and they were moving down with the price, and now we've got the MACD line crossing here again. Hasn't crossed back down, they're sort of touching, but what this is suggesting is now we've got a reversal occurring where we're seeing a move from a downward trend back into an upward trend here, and as long as these don't cross over, we should be fine to see a move up to the resistance area. And if these do remain open, very likely we could break this particular level. Now if we do break the resistance, we could find our next resistance area around 87 cents, which was the spike here, and 109 we had some resistance right around this area, so we could see some resistance up in here as well. And as I mentioned, if you also look at STO, this is the fast stochastics, and basically they're also another momentum indicator we can look at, and you can see that basically for the entire consolidation period, or for the majority of the consolidation period, this behaves a little bit more quickly and will give shorter term trend signals than the MACD will. But what we basically have here is we had a nice little spike up here where we saw our move to 87 cents. You can see that the STO crossed upwards and it crossed down here, signaling another correction, and now we're seeing the STO getting ready to cross over again, also confirming that we should see a move back up into this resistance area around 70-75 cents, or if we break this trend line, then we will very likely see 87, $1.09 as the next resistance levels to break. So thanks for watching. Remember, I am not an investment advisor, so don't use this as any buy or sell signal. Thanks for watching. Until next time.